Everybody, here we are, week 4 discussion. And this is a really interesting one. This is all about fonts. So make sure before you get into discussion, you watch the entire video, the Michael Chamberlain video. It's only 5 minutes long or so, all about fonts. It really is very interesting. It's a very interesting subject. It's on a topic that we often overlook, fonts. What do they say about us? Do you use certain ones more than others? And if so, why? Are there certain fonts that really are just ones that should never be used? He mentions the Comic Sans, so hint, hint, keep that in mind. But are there some that are more professional than others, and if so, why? So his point really is, what do our font choices say about us? And you think, well, gee, this is kind of silly. Only an academic or something would think about something so dumb. Actually, it isn't, because it really does say something about, are you a serious person? Are you not? Are you somebody who kind of thinks about these kinds of choices? And the reason why it is important is because you look at the instructions. We're going to be talking about resumes. So I've looked at tons and tons of resumes over the years. I've been on hiring committees. I've done interviews, all sorts of stuff. On top of that, I've obviously had my own resume, and I've gone through many interviews over the years as well since I was out of college. But I've looked at countless resumes. Really, really good ones, really, really bad ones, and I've helped countless students write and edit resumes. And you would be amazed at how many students think that this resume is going to be great because it uses a really unique font, and I'm going to put everything in a certain color, and they're going to think it's awesome. Guess what? No, people aren't going to think that. Why? Because they're going to look at your choice, and they're going to say, this person used a really flowery font. We're hiring for a certain kind of business, office job or something like that. I can't take this person seriously. Why should I bring him in for an interview? So that's why it's important that we talk about something like fonts. You think it's subtle, you think it's insignificant, you think it doesn't matter. It actually does when it comes to something like resumes and cover letters. And let me tell you, all of you are going to be taking courses here at Bryant Stratton that deal with resumes and cover letters and interviews and all sorts of stuff like that. I've taught those classes before, and we take very, very seriously how students write and develop their resumes and their cover letters. So the topic in question for this week is, it's not really even a topic, it's a scenario. What would you do kind of thing? So you have candidates who have sent in resumes and are looking for employment at your company. That's the scenario. But they use some really, really kind of wacky, strange fonts, maybe some different colors. The formatting isn't very good. Everything might be kind of jumbled or kind of awkward looking. Basically, it doesn't look clean and crisp and professional. So you are a hiring manager, you're an HR manager or something like that. What do? You're going to have hundreds of people who are going to be sending you resumes. Do you give these people a second shot or a second look? Do you say, look, they're just not taking this seriously, or they don't know what they're doing, out the door, I've got other people to deal with? You bring them in for an interview. So what you're going to do is you are going to say, all right, this is what I'm going to do and why I'm going to do it. You really want to work hard at justifying your response here. You'd say, I want to bring them in for an interview because I think everyone deserves a second shot. They may not know how to do it properly. Or you might say, look, that's not my job to teach people how to do resumes. I've got to interview 8 people, and I've got to weed it down from 200 resumes. I don't have time for this kind of thing. If they don't know now, that's on them. There are countless, tools and tutorials online that can help them write a resume. If they don't know about that now, then they probably aren't the right candidate for this kind of position. So whatever choice you make, you want to work very, very hard to justify your choice, okay? And I'm going to be there to really kind of challenge you and push you to think maybe a little differently, think a little broader about this, and really kind of, defend what choice you do make. So this will be an interesting conversation. It always is. And I hope we get a lot of fun out of this. I also am, like I did last week, I am going to have an additional discussion board thread. This one will be kind of a unique one, kind of fun. It's not required, but if you do the things within that thread, you can earn some extra credit. So I hope you have fun this week in the discussion boards, folks. Thanks.